Hey, it's Bernadette. I hope my internet holds. For whatever reason, our Spectrum internet has been really spotty and patchy the last few weeks, mostly during Zoom calls, but sometimes when I'm trying to watch a show. So I'm hoping that my internet holds. So here's my request of you. If you're watching, make sure you put a comment in and let me know that you can see me, you can hear me, say hello. Don't just watch and not let me know you're watching. I haven't given an update in over a week for good reason, but I did have my sixth round of chemo on Wednesday, and I will tell you this has been the hardest round yet. Like, this has been the hardest. I've been super sick, very nauseous, very dizzy. My head is swollen. I don't know if you can tell. My face is swollen. My eyes are swollen. Everything's just swollen right now. Better than it was yesterday. Like, the swelling in my head, according to my dad, has gone down some. But I'm very sore. My neck is sore. My lymphs are sore, like going through my neck. And I've been doing lymph massage and getting on my vibration plate. It's helped a little bit. But hi, Andy. But yeah, this one's been difficult. And I just got my blood work back today, and it's no wonder it's difficult because my liver and kidneys, like they're having a hard time. Hi, Cardamancy. So that's what's been going on. Like, I did finish number 6. I rang the bell kind of half-heartedly, only because I was telling my friend Andy this, only because there were people sleeping in the infusion center. And I've had it happen to me where someone rings the bell and it wakes me out of my sleep. And when you're in the infusion center, like usually my infusions were 5 to 6 hours, like you want to go to sleep to pass the time. And to not just be sitting there in the chair getting all this stuff pumped into you. So I felt kind of bad. At first I wasn't sure I was going to ring it because the guy right across from me was asleep and I knew it was going to wake him up. But yeah, so I didn't ring it long, but I did ring it because the chemo's done. The next drug infusion that I have to have is Rituxan, which is an immunotherapy. So it's not chemo, it's an immunotherapy drug. And that happens in September after my PET scan. Hi, Carla. Hi, Cynthia. I know. I was telling my friend Andy, I just have not felt like coming on live because I haven't felt good and just haven't been in a place where my energy levels, like, I want to explain anything to anyone, but I've been getting enough private messages at this point. I'm like, okay, now I have to come on just to make sure that I don't have to keep answering the same questions over and over again. So I am done with chemo for now, and I hope forever because that was rough. And this has been the hardest one. I mean, my body's just, I don't know. It's hard. Like, up until tonight, I've only been able to eat cold food. I haven't been able to eat anything hot. Thankfully, the night I had chemo, my dad had made a big thing of potato salad. So I've been living on potato salad, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a few days. Tonight was the first night I was able to eat something warm. Yeah. You have MS, your neurologist wanted me to take, yeah. Oh, they use it for autoimmune disease, arthritis, stuff like that. But man, I was reading the side effects, and the side effects are freaking scary. Fatality. Like, those are some severe side effects if you're allergic to it. I'm like, that's just not. I had to close down the website and just not look at it. Hi, Liz. Hi, Grant. So thank you, Grant, for your very generous donation, which, let me mention, the fundraiser is still ongoing. I still have hospital bills I'm paying off. And yeah. So if you can support, any little bit helps. Honestly, I appreciate it. The financial worries right now are sort of on my mind a lot, and I'm trying not to think about them because I can't let myself stress out. Like, I don't want to be in a stress mode right now. It's hard enough just dealing with the side effects. So, like, one of the things Andy and I were talking about earlier is how my doctor told me, I think number 2 or number 3, it gets easier with each one. It really didn't. Like, progressively, it's gotten harder. Like, my body's done. Literally, I feel like I can't take anymore. Like, I don't know what all the puffiness and swelling is in my face and my head. I have no idea why it's stuck up here because I don't have swelling in my feet. It's all up in my head. And this is better than yesterday. Like yesterday, my eyes were swollen to the point where I could barely open them. They were really bad. And thankfully I didn't have any clients yesterday. My charm life I did Tuesday. Yeah. So I pretty much just stayed in bed all dang day yesterday, but I was sick. Like, and today I've done a little bit of resting. The prednisone's now building up in my system to the point where it's really hard to fall asleep. But then I found out because every time with my pre-meds at chemo, the pre-meds, they give you Zofran, so anti-nausea drugs, but there's a mosquito in here. But they also give you, what is that stuff? The antihistamine stuff, the allergic stuff? God, my brain. Benadryl, IV Benadryl, so that you don't have an allergic reaction to it. And my legs, like, especially this last time, the sixth round, like restless legs. And I said something to the nurse. I said, what is up? I was like, I feel like I have restless legs. She goes, oh, yeah, that's the Benadryl. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, it's the Benadryl. And I had to stand up and walk around after that while the first chemo drug was going in because my legs were just like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's not simple as like restless legs, like cramping and stuff. And I was pounding on my legs. Nothing was working. So that was the first start. And then finally, I guess it was standing up and doing all of that was enough. I sat back down and ended up falling asleep for an hour. So that was good. My dad had I sent my dad home. I didn't want him to just sit there for that whole 5.5 hour thing. So I was there by myself, and which was easier. Last time Brindy was with me for number 5, and I felt bad for falling asleep. Like I didn't want to fall asleep. So she went out to her car to eat during number 5, and I slept a little bit while she was out in her car. But it's easier for me to sleep if nobody's there. I feel bad if I fall asleep and somebody's there. But thankfully, those are over. The next infusions are only like an hour and a half, and those are the immunotherapy. But yeah, mine's scheduled for the 23rd. We'll see. Like, I am going to talk to her about the side effects because they scare me. Like, they really scare me. And I'll do some more research when I'm not on prednisone and when I get through next week. You know, I have until the 23rd, literally. But they have it scheduled. My infusion's scheduled. So I probably need to talk to her before or send a message off to the office. But I am a little worried. But at the same time, I'm a little worried about the tumor finishing off and getting rid of it. So I'll know more on the 16th. I'll know more on the 23rd because it takes them a week to get my PET scan results back. But I have a PET scan on the 16th of September. The following Monday is my follow-up and my first infusion. And right now I'm scheduled for 2. So I honestly, she doesn't say much. She's not saying much, which is kind of irritating, but it just is what it is. You know, as long as I can get through the next week, I'll be okay. I found myself today just saying, just get through this, just get through it. Like I was walking from the house to my little healing hut and I'm like, you got to get through this. And so right now that's all I'm doing, getting through it, eating what I can and going back and forth and back and forth. I want to move back into the house, but I'm not gonna until I'm really want to move back into the house, but I really don't think I will until probably 3 weeks. Like I got to be past a lot of the stuff and to where I can start building my liver and stuff back up. The scariest part right now is my liver and my kidney. Like the functioning's really low. And now it's a matter of I have to rebuild it. And I don't know with this Rituxan stuff, like that affects your liver and kidneys too. Like I know it's immunotherapy, but holy crap, the side effects are scary. Like literally there's a warning, like severe side effects can be fatal within an hour and a half of taking it. I'm like, what? Jesus Christ, really? So And I'd only looked it up today. I haven't looked it up before. So it is something I'm definitely going to have to pray about and feel into. I don't know how comfortable I am with that. You know, I get that it's the second line treatment for now, but yeah, I don't know how comfortable I am with that. So yeah, but I am okay. I'm alive. Just to let you guys know, I'm okay. It's just, this was the hardest one. And I now I just have to get through it. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Like, trying to do it as positively as possible. But this is not easy. Like, it's not easy having my head swollen. I've gained weight too, which is weird because I'm not eating anymore. And I just think it's my liver's having a hard time processing. My metabolism's all jacked up. So whatever. I mean, the doctor said she's glad because I lost so much weight so rapidly. When I first started chemo, I dropped super fast and a lot of weight, but this gaining thing, I don't understand, but I think my body's just holding on to a lot of stuff right now. So once my liver can get kicked back in, I'm sure it'll all be fine. I don't care about how I look, Rocks. Like, seriously, I appreciate it. Like, I do. I appreciate it. However, like, it's not how I look that matters. I just want to feel, okay. And I just don't feel good. Like, it's weird. And I'm not looking forward to next week when the chemo starts detoxing, because that's when the electric pain comes back. And that is just rough, like rough, where you can't sit, you can't lay down, you have to stand up. Like, and Tylenol just doesn't do it. And I'm not going back on the pain meds. So I don't know what next week's going to look like. I know it's not going to be fun because my liver is having a hard time right now. And the numbers are worse than they were the last time. But I just pray that by some miracle, my body just stands up and goes, we can do this. And I believe it will. I do. This isn't easy. You know, I'm at the end of chemo. One of the things about not kind of being more hesitant about ringing the bell is because while I'm done with chemo, I'm not done. Like, I'm not in remission. And that's the part that's bumming me out, I think, the most, is that I'm not in remission. Like, it's still there. Hopefully this last round of chemo will knock it out. How will I know? Until the 16th, you know, when I have my PET scan, and then I have to wait a week to find out what are the results. So far, you can still feel it. So we'll see. I don't know what else to say. We'll see. You know, smaller than it was, slightly smaller than it was. What she said was it's harder to find it, which means the thickness has gone down. Because she pushes and measures and stuff. She said it's the size hasn't necessarily changed much, but it's harder to find. I'm like, is that because I've gained weight though? Because when I was down to 103, like, it was all tumor. So I don't know. You know, again, I'll know more with the PET scan. So if you guys don't see me online posting, just know, like, next week I know is going to be rough. The second week, day 7, 8, 9, 10 is always harsh. Like, that's when the chemo starts coming out and I get dehydrated, and that's when the electric pain happens, and I just got to get through. And I actually have clients next week, so I got to get stuff done and rest all at the same time. So if you don't see me, just know, like, I'm getting through it. I'm not done, and I'm not going to give up. But yeah, I'm glad that Sunday is the end of the prednisone. And I hope to God I don't have to take prednisone with this other thing. Like, she didn't say, but yeah. So I'm getting through it mentally and emotionally. I'm okay. I'm stable. I don't feel as bad as I did at the beginning, you know, and I'm still pretty positive. Like, one way or another, I'm going to lick this. Just, it's dragging on, right? It's dragging on. And I was hoping to be in remission by now. After 6 chemo treatments, I was hoping, but we'll see. Maybe I will be. Maybe come the 16th of September that nothing lights up on the PET scan. She did say that sometimes there will be tissue left behind, but there's no cancer. Like if it doesn't light up, then that means that that's just dead tissue. And that's possible, especially because of how big my tumor was. Um, so I don't know. I don't know. I'll let you know when I know. But I appreciate your prayers. I appreciate your messages. Just know I am okay, and I will keep trucking through and get on with it. And when I feel better, I will come back on and give y'all an update. Not much to say right now, and I've been sleeping more and more. Like 5 to 6, I had the last couple of days before I had the 6th round were pretty hard. Like I was exhausted. Was having a hard time sitting up. And so I wasn't doing a whole lot of updates. And like I said, this has been harder on my body just coming out of the chemo. It's been really rough. And I'm super fatigued all the time. So I'm just getting through it. Right. So I will come on when I can and when I feel up to it. It's not like I can't because, oh my God, I'm just dying. It's not like that. It's just the energy I have to generate to want to even broadcast and whatnot. It's hard. Most of the time I don't even want to talk to anybody. And then sometimes I miss talking to people because most of the time when I'm awake, it's the middle of the night. Put my cool wigs on, girlfriend. No, it's really, wigs right now are super uncomfortable because my scalp's uncomfortable and I've got a bunch of bug bites on my head. So yeah, hopefully my hair will grow back. Suffered from cancer, is really scared of surgery. Okay. So I really can't stand it when people like spam, and I don't know how to fix that on here. I'm not even going to try. Yeah. Spammy comments on Facebook. In any case, I love you guys. I thank you. I am okay. I am still working, and I'm going to start opening things back up in the next few weeks when my energy comes back. Oh, like the client load I have right now, I'm literally holding the flow I have right now, which seems to be just enough that I can be 100% when I'm working with people. But I don't want to add to it just yet. Like I'll add people to Charm Life because I do Charm Life every week. And I'll add people to Hidden Wisdom because that's on schedule. And that's a couple times a month. So just know Charm Life is open for enrollment, and so is Hidden Wisdom. And if you need to talk to me about it, which you will, if you join Charm Life, not so much Hidden Wisdom, you can join on your own. Just go to my website, bernadettegold.com. Then those things I'm taking, just not taking private clients right now. I'm not going to up my load of private clients, but I will be opening up slots sometime in the next few weeks when my energy starts to come back. And thankfully, from clocking it right about 3 weeks. And then since I don't have to do chemo again, now I can start to build back up, right? Like now my system can build back up. I just have to decide if I want to do that immunotherapy and is it safe for me? And we have to talk about that because those side effects are scary. Like the things that it affects, it's like, wow, can give you a heart attack, shut down your liver. I'm like, my liver's already got problems. So yeah, I'll do some more research. Anywho, and if any of you have had Rituxan, if you have lymphoma and you had Rituxan and you want to share your experience with me, email me or message me. I would love to hear your experience because, like I said, it's a little scary. Chemo was scary, but this is the warnings and side effects on this drug. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Do I want to take that chance? And then if I say no, what are they going to be like? So, yeah. Anywho, all right. I wish you guys a really wonderful, if you're here in the U.S., have a wonderful Labor Day weekend, going into a 3-day weekend. I hope you enjoy it and you actually rest. Like those of you who have time off this weekend, plan some rest in there. One of the things is we get these long weekends and we get ourselves so busy that we need a freaking break from the weekend. Don't do that to yourself. Like give yourself some rest time this weekend and recoup. I mean, and for the rest of the places that haven't started school starts up soon. right after the Labor Day weekend. So you got a whole other schedule you've got to get used to. And yeah, my thoughts are with all of you guys. I love you. For those of you in Charm Life and Hidden Wisdom, I'll see you guys next week. All is well. I'll talk to you guys later.